Shut up and sit down.
Greetings, my fellow Earth travelers. How is everybody doing today? So, guys, we are back in all the mods 6 down here in the rusty, dusty basement, where last time we worked on some immersive engineering. I have been turning creosote into treated wood through our handy-dandy engineer's crafting table, and we built this weird, crazy thing to hold our Mekanism heat generators. We had 3. I went ahead and expanded and added 1, 2, 3 more because the wall used to be right here, and I decided I wanted to put something else behind here, and I dug it all out and come to find out it wasn't big enough for what I wanted without running out of mountain over there. So I just expanded our power generation. We already had the space, so I thought, what the heck, we might as well. We got our little battery here, which is holding, not making any power because I'm not using any, but it is holding 6.4 million powered units. So we also made up some Mekanism machines. You will see 1 extra machine, maybe 2. I don't remember if I had the smelter or not, but we also added the crucificator. So we've got that going as well. And what I can do now is just dump ore in here. As I go mining, it will run it through the enrichment chamber, feed it into the energized smelter, and then push it back up in here. So we get a nice little loopsie, and I get some ore duplication. Now, as you remember, we already had ore duplication over here through this little guy, a little setup with some elemental craft that we had done before. But that just gives us another way to duplicate ore, and I can do it a lot faster. Well, actually, that one's a little bit faster, but I can do it a lot easier because I can just load up this barrel with ore and go sit in the house, park my little rear end in here like it does so, and go away from the keyboard for a while, come back a little later, and all the ore has been duplicated, which means we have tons and tons of ores now. Look at all them beautiful ores. I've processed all the ores we got, with our new pickaxe of doom and destruction. Well, Paxil of doom and destruction. We have been mining a crazy fool and done all of the things. Now, something I have been working on off of the cameras is back over here behind the house. We done dug us a little mine back in here. Now, we already had a mine, so we just gussied this one up, and we're going to do something a little different with it. We tried to make it look like a mine, like somebody had made a mine, and then like, whoops, nope, bad stuff, and chained it off, and I think that came out pretty good looking. Yeah, because this is our nether portal. Yeah, and I tried to make the inside look like the nether's kind of busting out and heading into the overworld a little bit, and that's why they put the chain fences up and just blocked it off and said, we're going to forget about this for a while. I kind of like the way it came out, and with the lava down here and the magma blocks and such, that has provided enough light that this is basically spawn proof. You just have to be a little careful walking around in here, or you're going to dip your toes in the happy fun sauce. So let's head on into the nether and show you what we got going on in here. And we took a little damage coming out. I don't know why. This is the Brimstone Caverns, and it is the most hideous, completely ugly, disgusting biome I have ever come to see in my entirety of my life. Good Lord, what in the heck was that big old thing that just fell off of there? Was that a ghast? Surely not. I've never seen a ghast in here before. That was massive. Oh, it's a magma cube. I was like, there's something ginormous over there. Okay, magma cube. Anyway, yeah, this is a hideous biome. Oh, horrid, atrocious, disgusting. Blech. Makes me want to puke on myself. I threw up a little bit in my mouth. Then we come over here into the Wailing Garth, and this is actually a really cool biome. I love this biome with the chains holding it up. When you get into a bigger space, it's better, more better. I did find this little guy here, and have not done anything with it because I don't know what's up with this. This looks like a lot like a jungle temple from the overworld. What's up, homie? Are we gonna be cool? Or are we not gonna be cool? You decide. You got some serious, you seriously kitted up, boy. Yeah, if you look in here, I didn't do it. Don't blame me. You shot yourself, homie. You walked across that tripwire and got yourself shot like a dumb fool. Thanks for the arrow. Thanks for showing us where the traps are. And of course we got these levers over here. See, this is very reminiscent of a jungle tip. Hey, what's up? You gonna show me again? No? Okay. Let me show you the trick. See, just break that like that. Hide from the arrow. Boom, you got this. Look at that. Arrows of harming. That's nasty. Boom, boom. Now we're safe-ish. See another tripwire hook over there. Get these arrows out of there. Had a feeling. I got a feeling that I've got a whole bunch of arrows of harming. There you go. See, we're safe. That's how you do it. You didn't know? Oh, you didn't know? Then we go ahead and take the dispensers because we might have to craft those later. I'm a little hesitant to open this chest. That is a regular chest, not a redstone chest, so we should be okay. Stone sword, really? It does have mending. Golden sword with beheading, nice. Oh, they don't like you opening chests. No, that's the other dudes that don't like you opening chests. These guys are fine. We did get, or trapped us, little piggy here. And little piggy has been quite good at giving us things, because every time I come into the nether and I do a little bit of mining, I always save the gold and I come over here and I give it to little piggy, and he do what little piggies do and stares at it for a minute and then gives us some goodness. Now he does have a loot table different than vanilla Minecraft. I was curious if he did, so I did just spend quite a bit of time with him trading. Now, of course, we didn't get anything right now. We just got some nether brick and stuff like that. But look at what you can get from the homeboy. All the modium apples, and holy crap, is that a good source of food? And all the modium carrots, which is even better. So, yeah, he's pretty good. We like little piggy. Get to work. Trade something good. Because been doing some mining, like I said. Over here. Because there are some things in the nether that you can only get in the nether. Specifically some all the mod ores. And what I did, I'm going to show you what I did, because I want you to learn from my mistakes so you don't make them. You know what we do here on this channel? We show you all the good and all the bad. You see what I've been doing up here? Me and Mr. Paxel, we've been getting to work, making with the diggity. Now, all this digging that I done did up here, let's clear out some inventory space. I mean, as far as the eye can see, and you can't see the other end of the sucker, it is huge. Yeah, all the digging I did up here was for naught. Now, with the exception of ender dudes do spawn up here. And I have been using this as a enderman farm. So whenever I do see ones up here, I will come murder his ugly face and steal his balls. So, you know, it has been a decent source of ender pearls for us. But what I'm looking for is this all the mod vibranium ore. We need it for several of the more advanced recipes we want to do. Now, what I've been doing is looking between 80 and 127 for the all the mod ore, because when you click on it, look, it says world spawn information between 80 and 127. Well, here we are between 80 and 127. Not a single one. Nor did I find any quartz. Very little to nothing spawns up here except enderman. So, yeah. So what we did is come down here a little bit further and set up another diggity site. You got your little stupid head stuck in a tiny little hole, doofus. Come here and get dead. Give me a ball. All right. So I've been digging out at this level because, again, if you look at the vibranium ore, again, this, no bueno. But if you look at, if you just mouse over the ore, it says between 107 and 113. So I kind of reinvested and said, okay, we're going to start looking between 107 and 113, which you can see we are right now. 112's down here, 113's up here. And then, you know, we have a lot of holes we have to be a little careful of. Much holier up here than it was, you know, up at the higher levels. And what I'm going to do is just start mining down to that 107 mark. And I have not found any yet. The only thing I did find was one piece of ancient debris. And that is it so far. And I've done a lot of digging. But we have pulled out from up here a bunch of quartz. So we should be pretty good to go to work with some quartz things today. What's up, little piggy? Give me some good. One thing I did forget to mention is you must be... Hey, what's up, big magma cubes? To get that vibranium, you do need to be in a warped forest. So I've been sticking to this warped forest here. I came over here and noticed there was one. So we've been mining at that level that we need to be at in this warped forest. And someone had asked me where I'd gotten all my air elemental cores. And Endermen are a great place to get those from. If you just go kill a bunch of Endermen, you will get a bunch of air cores if you're looking for those. All right, now normally when I get to this point of storage, I start pulling my hair out and I go to an intermediate level storage. And usually that's RF tools. And what I will do is build some of these modular storage systems and some of these storage modules. Now they have added a new module at the top tier, which now gives you 500 stacks instead of the normal 300 for module 3 or for tier 3. That's pretty awesome. But sadly, I do think I'm going to skip that mid-tier storage system and go straight to the big boy. Because we have, like you see here, I've had to switch over to bins from Mekanism because we have tons and tons of resources. So in order to make use of those, I think I'm going to go right into something I never ever do, is go right into refined storage. And to get started with that, since we've already got power from Mekanism, hallelujah, we've got 3 extra generators. I want to go ahead and get started with this. And we're going to go ahead and make a controller. To do that, we're going to need to make a casing. To do that, we're going to need... Oh. What in the world? Diorite, granite, infested stone. Okay, we can just use stone. I was like, what the world? I don't know where I'm going to get all that mess from. We need to make some of this quartz. Or quartz enriched iron, which is just 3 iron and some quartz. Luckily, we found a little. Shouldn't be a problem. So what we want to do is get us about that there many irons. I guess I should just do, well, it doesn't really matter. I can do this and this and then go split and do that and that. Boom. Because we're going to need a bunch of them suckers. Perfect. All right, so we now have a bunch of quartz enriched iron. Beautiful. We'll toss that in there to be used. We are going to need, let's see, 8 of those and a piece of stone. So if I could just put them all in one place, that'd be peachy. Piece of stone here. And you'll see I did go ahead and put us a engineer's crafting table here. What I've found for some things, the old trusty crafting table is actually better. So I kind of use both depending on what I'm trying to craft. That little thing just gets in my way and irritates the snot out of me sometimes. And the shifty click doesn't always work the way you want it to. Plus you can't do that in this crafting table. So if you want to use any of these fanciness, you need to use this crafting table over this crafting table. But this does hold the inventory and let you craft super quick. So Like I said, there's a balance on which one you want to use. Now we're going to need to make some silicon. To make some silicon, we're going to need quite a bit of silicon. So I'm just going to grab a stack of this here stuff. And we are going to come out here and put it into, I think it's the smelter. Did I give us silicon? Yes. All right. Yes. So we're going to cook some of that up. Them's is done. We toss them's up there right now. Get them out the way. And what else we going to need? We're going to need one of these here advanced processors, which means we need a raw advanced processor, which means we need diamond, some silicon, some redstone, and some processor binding, which is strings and slime balls. So let's go up here and get our strings and slime balls. My goal is to move everything that's up here into the storage system. Freeing up space up here for other activities. Let's go ahead and make 2 sets, shall we? Move my string over here, didn't I? I sure did. Boom and a bam. That should get us. Bippity boppity boom. Got 16 of them there suckers. That should be dandy. We're going to need us a demon. Perfect. How did I have exactly 2 stacks? Huh. Interesting. Let's go get us some silicones. There we go. Boom, bam. Oh, forgot my redstone. It's up here as well. These will be the redstone. Boom. Perfect. So we now should be able to make a this, a this, a this, a that. And that needs to be cooked, yeah? Wasn't that it? Yep. Cookificate. Perfect. Can we cookificate in here? Probably not. It's a blast furnace. I did not think so. But we should be able to cook in here, yeah? We'll just switchity flippity this and cook you in there. And that should work. Perfect. And there we go. And now we just need to say, please. Oh, please. Oh, we don't need. I did not get these. 1, 2, 3, 4. Please, oh, please, would you craftigate me a controller? And it did. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So we now have controller. Now, our controller's looking all sad and dark because it can't do nothing because it's got no power. But if we take it downstairs or run some power from downstairs up here, it will. But we're going to need some more things to make this whole system function. Next, we need to make a disk manipulator. Now, this is going to hold our hard drives. So we're going to need to make another casing. And now we're going to have to make a construction core and a destruction core. The destruction core is a basic processor with some quartz. And the construction core is a basic processor with some glowstone. So the basic processor is iron and all the other giblets we talked about before. So let's grab some more redstone. Let's just grab a stack of that because we keep having to come up here and I don't like coming up here. Just grab that and it'll work. Grab a few more bits and pieces of iron. And let us... boom, and get us those 2, and let's go ahead and pop these 2 down here. Was it? Let's make sure I'm doing this right so we're not wasting. Yeah, we want the cooked processors, so let's go ahead and put those 2 in there. Let them cook up, and we're going to go ahead and get us our glowstone and our quartz. Those should be good. There's a construction and a destruction. Perfect. So we can come down here. We can say, there you go. There you go. There you go. Now we just need 4 of the quartz, enriched iron. So we pop them in place like that, so. And then we need to make these storage housings, which is glass, redstone, and some more quartz enriched iron. So let's get some glass. Assuming we can use just whatever on the glass front. So we need to grab some more of that. Perfect. 2 of those. Bip bop. And there we go. Now we have a disk manipulator. So next on the list of things necessary, we gonna need a crafting grid. Now to make a crafting grid, we need to make a grid. To make a grid, we need construction deconstruction cores. Hey, have we ever heard of those? Think we might have seen those before. Let's see if we can get 2 of those going and get them ready to be cooked. Get those cooking. Boom. And we did need some improved processors we haven't done before. That's just everything, same old stuff, but with gold this time. Do us some improved processors. These are done. We'll put these in to cook. Let's get one of them's and one of them's. And put these up here. Boom and a bam. These should be done. And let's see. We're still trying to make the grid. What are we missing? Oh, we're still missing the base. All right. So let's get that. I need some more of this. And we're going to put that there. We're going to wrap that around like it so. And now we should be missing one more thing. What is that? Oh, one piece of glass. Okay, perfect. So there's our grid. Now that's just going to allow us to see what's inside the system. We actually want to be able to craft with it. So we're going to have to add another advanced processor, which remember is a diamond. Now this ain't a cheap system, but it's actually cheaper than the RF tools, or at least at this tier. What we're building now, it's going to be cheaper than the RF tools. Because the RF tools does require diamonds as well. Now, did we have everything we needed, or were we still missing something? Crafting table. Okay, well, we should have some of those. Hopefully it can use the Zelkovia. It definitely does not like it. What was in the top corner? Was it redstone? No, it's that processor. Okay. Processor here. Now see if we can just force it to use it. No, it's like, nope. I'm not going to use that. I don't like it. Wouldn't be prudent. All right, so we're going to have to get some well, just make an oak one. Default to Mundo. How about that? Now if you don't work, we got issues. Crafting grid. Perfect. All right, so we just pop that on there. And now we need to make some disks to go into our drive. Now here we have options, right? We can build small disks, which are which will hold 1,000 items. We can build a little bit bigger, which hold 4,000 items. A little bit bigger, 16,000. A little bit bigger, 64,000. We can't obviously build the creative. Or we can build fluid disks. So what I would like to build is at least one of the 64,000 disks. So to build that, we need a 64K storage part. To build a 64K storage part, we need 3 of the 16K storage parts. To build a 16K storage part, we need 3 of the 4K storage parts. So that would be 9 of the 4K storage parts. To build the 4K parts, we need the 1K parts. So that will be 27 of the 1K parts. Now the 1K parts are just glass, and silicone. So we're going to need a bunch of glass, a bunch of silicon, a little bit of redstone. Alrighty, so let's... Why is all this sandstone and not sand? Where is all my sand? Right there, stupid. Brain damage. You crazy fool. Alright, so we're going to start cooking that up in there. And we're going to start cooking up some more silicon in here. Boom. That should make silicon, hopefully. Yep, there we go. Alright, that should be 27 of the 1K. Boy, that was a little bit painful, I ain't even gonna lie. So now we gotta go up to the 4K and start working on these guys. Now for these, we're gonna need the basic processors. Oy. Alright, there's our 4K parts. Got all those done. It did take a little while, but not as long as it took to get those 1K parts. Now, we need to turn those 4K parts into 16K parts. So, easiest way to do that is break these up. We're going to need 3 of the 16K parts. And yeah, you can see why this thing drives me nuts. There we go. And we're going to have to go into the improved processor, which are the gold. So we'll take care of that. But it does get less expensive each tier up because you need to make less of each one. So there we go. We should have enough to do that. Yep. 12. Okay, we have enough. And we need those. We need those. We need those. And we need those. Boom. All right, put these guys in to cook. And while they're cooking, let's make sure we got all the rest of the pieces. And while we're waiting, you can see I have routed the power over here. We should be good to go. I just replaced this half slab with a stair. It still holds in the water, but prevents it from pouring out over on this side. And just routed it right above. You can actually see our coke oven right there. Actually, I can grab it from here if I wanted to. And then we have that little space over there, and then routed it down and around. Move things around a little bit down here. I went ahead and set up for another machine to go here if we ever get one, which I'm sure we will at some point. And moved our power. It was coming up right here. I went ahead and just moved it into the wall. This is a little... I'm not loving it. If I can get rid of this bend right here, I'd feel a whole lot better. You know, I don't mind that so much, but this little bend's driving me nuts. I will come up with something here in a little bit, I'm sure. But, you know, for right now, it's just not coming to me. So we got our power just running here. The power from the generators is all coming into the bottom of this energy cube, advanced energy cube, and the... Oops. Power coming out to the machines, both the refined storage, new refined storage, as well as the machines above us here, is all coming out of the back of this unit. So it is providing us the good power that is all on the battery. It will make the life good. Why I went to an accent there, I have no idea. Okay, hopefully all of our processors are done. So we'll just pop those into the appropriate places like so. And there's all of our 16K parts. Now, we need to take those and turn them into... There we go, 64... No, that's fluid. Dang it, Bobby. 64K parts. So now we're going to need one of them's, and 4 of them's. Ouch. Ouch, ouch, ouch. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And let's cook these guys up. And we should be good to go. All right, there's our 4 advanced. So we'll pop those in like so. and one 64K storage part. Whew. What a pain in the batushka. Anyhoozle, we want to make that into a 64K disk. So we can just take the part. We can either make one of these and add it to it, or we can just do it all in one fell swoop. Why did I click on there? No. Why did I click on there? Why am I clicking on the wrong things? This is what I want to click on. So we should have all the piece of parts in one 64K disk. Holy cripes, that took a while. So I've got all our stuff up here, just kind of toting out of the way while I was doing some constructificating. So let's get all that down here. We're going to put our controller right here on the power source like so. You see it light up like a Christmas tree and get all the go-go juice. Using 0 FE per tick, hallelujah, no power being used right now. We popped the disk manipulator down. You see it got the blue light and now shows up inside of here. We are now using 4 FE per tick. So to do nothing, the system is using 4 FE per tick. So right now we're consuming a fraction of what one of our generators can do. So keep that in mind. This was totally the wrong thing. I did not need a disk manipulator. Why did I build a disk manipulator? I'm a moron. Why do you guys let me do stupid things? I blame y'all. It's never my fault. It's always your fault. So this can go over here out of the way. Hey, this is not what we want. We want the disk drive thing, my bobber dealy. Oh, where the crap is it? There we go. I do not know why that took me that long to find that stupid block. Okay, disk drive. Hi, all right, we need yet another advanced processor, which means yet another diamond. Perfect. You guys know I love to spin that in diamonds. It's fine. It's fine. We're going to need that disk manipulator down the road anyway, so probably, yeah, we're going to need it down the road anyway. I do like to keep my disk clean, so that's going to be a thing. Now, see, I already lost it again. There it is. It's so, doesn't look like the disk drive. See, that looks so much more like a disk drive. Anyway, they're very, very similar blocks, at least in appearance. Let's get this out and sort that around. There we go. We got another one of them. We got that. We got that. We're just going to need a chest. One chesticle. There we go. Perfect. That's done. It is. And we should be good to go. Where did it get off to? There it is. Boom, bam, boom. All right. So we're going to pop that down. Does it use any power? Now we have a disk drive. It uses 0 FE. Perfect. That's what I like to see. No power utilized. We're going to pop our crafting grid on. We're going to see it light up. And it now shows up. And you can see it uses 4 FE per tick. So if we pop the disk manipulator and the crafting grid, we should be using 8 FE per tick. So until we want this guy, we really shouldn't have him connected until we're needing of him. Now let's pop the disk into the disk drive, not the disk manipulator. You see it takes a slot. You see it takes a slot right here and gets a little blue light on the front, which tells you it is free and ready to roam. We're now using 1 FE per tick from the disk drive. So we're 5 FE per tick total. And we have all 64,000 slots available to us, which we can put Garbo into. So now all this stuff is being digitized and stored on that disk drive right there, which is super nice. We can mouse over the disk and we can see that 71 items are now being stored of 64,000 within the system, most of which is glass. So what I can do now is come up here and grab things like, all of my redstone, for example. Those are quite handy. I would love to have those downstairs. One thing I keep coming up here for all the time. Just thinking of stuff I come up here all the time for. Mob drops. I come up here all the time for mob drops. So what we'll do is take those and run these downstairs. And we'll toss them into the system like so. And you see it combines everything nice and neat. So we can see we're now up to 1,133 items of 64,000. We'll get this last little bit of stuff, and that'll free up those chests for other things. Perfect. And we still have tons of space. So stuff like this that I just, you know, obviously you want to keep, but I just don't really have, you know, full chest worth. I can dump all this stuff in here as well. All right, I've got everything moved in. All of the chests are gone and moved over all the bins just to clean things up a little bit. And moved a whole bunch of stuff from upstairs as well. You can see all the ones, the barrels with signs that are empty have been moved downstairs. Some of the stuff just still makes sense to keep up here separated, like the Pam's trees. I'm trying to keep track of which trees I need to create, things like that. So those things still make sense to keep up on their own. But you can see we have not even we've used 32%. We haven't even used half of our disk yet, so we still have a ton of space left to go. So it was totally worth investing the time making that 64K disk. Now, one last little thing I want to work on today is we've got this coke oven sitting right here, and I went ahead and, you know, just rerouted the power this way and brought our refined storage over here so that I could do a little something down here with this coke oven. And I want to see about using these Mekanism pipes to potentially move that creosote up here into this immersive engineering barrel. And that will allow me to make treated wood up here in the house without having to run downstairs and do it. And I can do it in a crafting grid nice and easily, and that will make my life happy. But I need to configure this guy, I dare say, I believe. I don't think it's one of those that will just auto pull. Nope, because the barrel, you can see when you hold the bucket and you point at the barrel, it'll tell you how full it is, and you can see it's empty. So I need to configure this guy right there to pull out of there. And hopefully this will work. I don't think I've ever tried it from the top like this before, but let's see. In order to do that, we're going to have to make a device called a configurator. This guy right here. So we're going to need a tablet to make a tablet. Easy peasy. Now that we have the crafting grid. Oh, we already made a tablet. We don't need another tablet. We need this guy right here like so. Now we are going to have to run this guy downstairs to put him in the old chargerator. In other words, the power cell we got down here will charge this guy up. He does require power, but pretty much one charge will get you done for a long, long time with this guy. There we go. Now we can use him to configure our Mekanism pipes to do what we want them to do. So in this case, to pull. So I'm going to come down here. I'm going to point my cursor right here at the very edge, and I'm going to squat down. That is push, and that is pull. And we can see it is pulling up here. Now, hopefully it is filling that barrel. Hold our bucket in front, and we see it is still empty. It is not going in there. Is it that it needs to go into the top? Is that a thing? Or maybe we just don't even want to use this. Maybe let's use... What do we got tank-wise? Obviously, we can use Mekanism. These don't hold that much. That's 14 bucks. Do we need it to hold a lot? Not really. These ones from Cyclic we've been using here, and they seem to work pretty well. Should we use one of those? Tanky? No, we don't want a tanky. We want a tank. So these... I think we need that, still need that cask. Which needs a barrel. And we can make a cask. And then we can make one of them. So let's see if that'll get us what we want. And it does. so we can see that this guy has 10 buckets sitting there ready to go. The only downside to this is we're going to kind of see it, right? I mean, as long as we keep fluid in there, it kind of matches the floor and looks fine, but as soon as we don't keep fluid in there, it is going to look a little bit bleh. I wonder, actually, did I get that back? Did you go down there? Where? Where'd it go? Hello? You're supposed to be able to break those without any problem. Where did it? There it went. Okay. It's like, what the heck? And let's go ahead and move this over. You come off. You come off. You go there. You let me out. We put you here to line up with your friends. That looks much better. And boom, bam, boom. Yeah, that definitely looks better. I'm down with that. So now to make treated wood, all we gotta do is grab a bucket and put all this stuff away. Actually, let me put this down while I'm here. Ooh, I don't have a spot for this anymore. I guess we can stick them over here by the door. Why not? So now once we get our bucket of treated wood, we can come over here and go planks. Zelkovia is fine. We just pop it in like so. We now have treated wood in our system. Easy peasy like that. We don't need any of the stuff down here anymore that we were using for that purpose. All of this stuff we can remove. The only thing we can't get to easily is the coal coke, but that's okay because we really don't need it. I saved the space here for a blast furnace, but we will make one, but we really don't need it because we have a way to make steel using Mekanism here. You will see I had to change the front of the house just a little bit. I brought this side out to match this side and set up a little flower bed here. I used to just have some ferns because of the way we had to cable these machines. And again, we still have that one space left for another machine, should we so choose to stick one there. So for those that have never used these bins before, they're just a handy way to store a lot of things. You will notice little colored tabs right here on each side of each bin. So we've got the elite bins, which are a higher tier. We've got these basic bins down here, which are the green. We've got these advanced bins, which are the kind of a middle tier. And there's one tier above this called ultimate that I have not built any of yet. So just by looking, you can kind of tell which bin it is. So we got the basics, the elites, and the advanced. And each one holds a different amount of items. So as you go up in tier, it increases the amount of items you can hold. The basic holds 4,000, a little over 4,000. The advanced holds a little over 8,000. And the elite holds 32,000. So you can see this is over what an elite can hold, but nowhere near what over what an advanced can hold, but nowhere near over what an elite can hold. So in the same here, you know, we're getting closer on netherrack to what that advanced can hold. We may end up having to go to an ultimate on that if I keep collecting it. So it's just a cheap and easy way to store a lot of material. And these, like I said, they are cheap for the most part until you start getting into the higher tiers. The basic, this is just a little osmium and redstone. We have some redstone and some cobblestone. And for that, you can store 4,000 items. To go up to the elites, really not much more expensive, just a little bit. You do need the basic already. And then you do start getting a little more expensive as you go up into these higher tiers. All right, everybody, that's going to do it for this episode as we set up refined storage. Got a 64K disk, looked at Mekanism bins. We set up some additional power generation. We set up some stuff to get our creosote brought up here. We did a lot of work today. Anyway, guys, till next time, you guys get out there, make some noise. See ya.
It goes